we are not expecting anything different from what is right in terms of governance. How should the people, any people, be governed? Any people should be governed with truth, with equity, with justice. We should receive the dividends of democracy. We should have a judiciary we can trust and rely on. We should have a government we can trust and rely on. And this involves other human beings. Therefore, we should have people in the judiciary that will do what they are expected to do. People in governance who will deliver democracy, deliver development, lift the people out of poverty, deliver security. These are the things that people are entitled to in any state, in any country, in any part of the world. This is just basically what people are entitled to. So Rivers State are not expecting anything less than what I have said. If anything, we're expecting more, because a lot of these things I have mentioned has always been lacking, has not been there in the way and manner in which it should be there. So we have a governor who's been on suspension for, we're now going into the 6th month. A few days from now will be the 18th. The end of the 6 months has come. Now, after that 6 months, what is it that we are expecting? This is where the concern of Rivers people are coming. After what we have seen under the administration of Ibas, he came in here and dismantled all democratic processes. He came here and removed people he met in politics in Rivers State, and started appointing people that he cannot say he knows in this Rivers State. Now, whether that is constitutional or not, they somehow, the courts, from the lower courts, in some cases, all the way up to the Supreme Court, in most cases, have refused to answer the key questions that Rivers people have asked. What's that key question? That, is it constitutional? Did the president have the constitutional right to suspend the governor of Rivers State? Moving forward, does he have the right to bring a man from another state to come and impose what he, the man, believes is expected of him to impose on Rivers people? If you look at the past 6 months, a lot has gone wrong in Rivers State. I'm amazed at the resilience of Rivers people. But to an extent also, I'm not amazed, I'm not surprised, because I'm a Rivers daughter. Rivers people are very patient people, and Rivers people are very peaceful people. And I think this suspension has demonstrated very clearly how resilient, how peaceful Rivers people are. So when you put all these things together, the state is filthy from the town all the way up to going to the airport. The town is filthy. This was not like this when Governor Fubara was not under suspension. So if we find ourselves in a situation where we are being told by the Federal Capital Territory Minister, who is not the president of Nigeria and who did not suspend Governor Similaye Fubara, coming to tell us that Governor Similaye Fubara is going to be restored as the governor of Rivers State. I find that hard to believe until the governor is actually restored, and that the president himself is the one who is announcing that he has lifted the suspension. It's comical and shocking that the Federal Capital Territory Minister, who is part of the problem, if not the major problem in Rivers State, being the one who is announcing the return of the governor of Rivers State, while we had the president of Nigeria suspending the governor of Rivers State. So then it's confusing, because do we have two presidents, one that announces something and then like suspension of the governor of Rivers State, and then we have another, the second president, who is now saying the suspension is lifted. Rivers State is not part of the Federal Capital Territory. So there is grave concern. I've spoken to a lot of people. There is grave concern about what will happen when the governor is reinstated. At the beginning of this, in 2023, in May, we became aware, when all this blew up, that the commissioners, the SAs, the PAs, all of these appointments were made by the former governor of Rivers State and not by the present governor of Rivers State. And some of these were the things that led to the blow up of the eventually between the former governor and the present governor. Now, if we then had a situation where, when Ibas came into Rivers State, he proceeded to unconstitutionally dismantled every single government process, the runnings of government, and replaced and picked people to replace, from the SSG to the chief of staff to and these are people that are in the government of Governor Fubara, who have been working with him. He's now bringing in people who know nothing about the workings of the government of Governor Similaye Fubara. So it begs then the question, again, did he have the right to do these things? And again, the judiciary comes into play, because at every step of this crisis, there have been people who have gone to court. The PDP has gone to court at several times. Members of PDP have gone to court. Daughters and sons of Rivers State have gone to court, from Port Harcourt lower courts all the way up to Abuja. There are court cases everywhere, and none of these questions has been answered satisfactorily to the people of Rivers State. So when we look at how favorable these appointments will be, don't forget, it was very clear, and statements were made to that effect, that the election that was conducted by the governor last year was not a proper election, but that they wanted to conduct another election, disregarding the timeline you have to give before you conduct a local government election. Now, Ibas brought his kingsman to come and conduct that election as the chairman. And if you look at the people that are today declared the winners of this illegally conducted, unconstitutionally conducted election of the 30th of August. And if you look at the personalities, there is no doubt that they are Rivers people. Nobody is doubting that. But if you look at the personalities that have won these elections, we will just have to wait and see what they intend what they intend to do. Nobody knows their manifesto. Nobody knows what they plan to do for the local governments in which they have won elections. And so Fubara is supposed to work with them. He doesn't know them. Fubara is supposed to work with the state house, the River State House of Assembly. These are people that have fought Fubara all the way. And these are people that have been appointed into positions of political positioning as of today. Some of them have, if not all of them, have disrespected not just Fubara as a person, but the seat of power that he is presiding over, that is as the governor. So they have disrespected him and called him names as the governor of Rivers State. Some of them, I won't bother. I won't mention the things, but we've all heard what has been said about Fubara and the disrespect that he has endured in their hands. I do not think that what is going to be handed over to Fubara on the 18th, as the FCT Minister has informed us that he's coming back on the 18th. I do not believe for 1 second that whatever package is going to be handed over to Fubara as a governor is in any way going to be in his favor, definitely not in the favor of Rivers people to whom these things are an entitlement, to whom these things, good roads, good education system, good hospitals, and security, and all of those things. We are entitled to those things as citizens of River State and residents of River State who are not necessarily indigenous of River State but live in River State. None of these things, I do not believe that these things are going to work. All the people that they have positioned into these places are going to work with Fubara harmoniously for the interests of River State and the people. I think the plan, I think, I've calculated that what we're going to see is not going to be any different from what we saw in the past. But that's my analysis.
Should Fubara come back on the 18th?
Yes.
From suspension? How do you want him to function?
The truth of the matter is that if you look at everything, as I said earlier, he didn't pick the commissioners. The House of Assembly members are not with him. Every democratic processes that he put in place was dismantled. Other people were appointed. Basically, he's coming back to work with people that have been appointed to work with him from Abuja through the Federal Capital Territory Minister. So then the question I ask myself, how Is Fubara able to work when his hands are tied and his feet are tied? He's going to work with people who have no respect for him. He's going to work with people who he didn't pick. So basically, he's on his own. I believe that, in my own analysis, I believe that Fubara has been placed in a position where it is not what he wants to do in River State that will be done. It is what other people who are not voted into the office of governor are going to tell him what to do. And those things will be calculatively carried out through the people whom they have put in place, if you like, to checkmate him, to stop him, to checkmate him, to stop him from functioning on behalf of the people of River State. But we, the people of River State, just as we came out in October in 2023, I have no doubt that when the time is right, we will come out again. Any reasonable thinking person will know that the only way that Fubara can navigate governance with with people that don't respect him and with people that don't take orders or directions from him as the governor, it's going to be an impossibility. It's it's just not going to happen. It's going to be an impossibility. So um, I then foresee, for me, it's frustrating. I foresee a situation where we have a governor that is the governor of River State, but we have people working with him that are going to frustrate him and make life difficult for him. And if life is made difficult for the governor, it's actually difficult for the people of River State, because he is going to be unable to do, in my opinion, what he can do for the people of River State. So, for instance, if directions are coming at him, don't forget that these directions will be coming under the the um, the structure of state capture. Don't forget, River State is well and truly captured. The governance of River State is captured. The resources of River State is captured. Now, if the governance is captured, how does Fubara govern? If the resources of River State, the payments that is due River State, local government payment, even though it's supposed to go directly to the local government, it is still in River State. So now, if those things are not in the control of the governor, then the governor, in my assumption, is not able to do what he believes he can do or should do for the people of River State. He then finds himself, by my assumption, taking directions and directives from other persons, but himself. So again, it becomes difficult for the governor to serve the people, and for the people to know that they are receiving the dividends of democracy. Even in the Bible, God gives speed, we're told in the Bible. God gave one of his people speed to overtake somebody who was riding a chariot,
mm,
and he was on foot. So it is possible if Rivers State, the governor of Rivers State, is allowed to do what he should do. And I use the word allowed
mm,
because so far the issue is allowed or not allowed. That is the problem that the governor has had to deal with from the moment of his swearing in. I don't know um, what arrangement he made with the outgoing governor, but he had no rights. The governor had no rights to come to an undemocratic and an unconstitutional arrangement with anybody, whether godfather or great godfather, great grand godfather, whatever it is, on behalf of Rivers people. On behalf of Rivers people. So if he is making peace with the person who suggested to him, oh, I would support you to be governor of, of Rivers State, and he feels he is obliged to him, it cannot be, that obligation cannot be at the cost of Rivers people. It cannot involve our resources. It cannot involve him doing what Rivers people don't want him to do. I mean, Governor Fubara. So the the fact that a lot of states, and 6 months is a long time in development. 6 months is a long time in politics. Rivers State has lost a lot in 6 months. Now, Ibas has been in Rivers State for 6 months. He has been collecting our allocation for 6 months. He's been collecting everything, every funds that is due to Rivers State in 6 months. He came to meet funds when Similar Efobra was suspended. Rivers State was not broke. We had money in the bank. Now, if that be the case, he owes it to the people of Rivers State for him to tell us, when I came in First Bank, I saw 10,000 naira. In UBA, I saw 1 billion. It's his responsibility to tell us. At the end of the first month I came, I collected so amount of money from gas, from oil, from a ecological fund, from whatever fund payable. This is how much I collected every single month. And out of that, this is what I did with that money. It's our money. It's not Cross River money. It's not Akwa Ibom money. It's River State money. And he owes us. It's not federal government money. It's not Lagos State money, where the president comes from. It's not Federal Capital Territory money that the Federal Capital Territory Minister is handling. It's our money. It's River State money. And he ran River State for 6 months. It has nothing to do with Fubara. So he, Ibas, must tell Rivers people, as he's handing over, and let him not think that he will just hand over and go and rest wherever he was when they called him. No, there are Rivers people that will ask questions of the amount of money that he met and the amount of money that he received and what he did with that money, because there is nothing to show in Rivers State that a kobo of that money was spent in Rivers State. Nothing to show. We've not seen it. I've not seen anything.
Almost all the projects are stalled.
Every project is stalled. The Trans-Calabari Road, the the Link Road, all the roads that would have opened up River State, all of them are stalled. Environmentally, everything is a mess. School fee, school education system, the health system, you name it, anything to do with development, security, everything was stalled as far as Rivers people are concerned. The price, that did not stop Rivers people buying petrol at 1,000 something naira. That did not stop Rivers people buying diesel. That does not stop Rivers people paying 100 and something naira for a bag of rice, or paying how many thousands for a basin of gari. So Rivers people have suffered a lot because some people felt that their ego was hurt. And some people believe that there is something like political structure that must remain with them and that must retire with them, and that that must die with them. No. Once a governor emerges, all the political structure belongs to that governor. Odili didn't take PDP political structure. He left it. Amechi, when he crossed over to APC, did not did not fold political structure and keep in his pocket. And why should Fubara not have his own political structure? Why should Fubara maintain a political structure that is no longer valid? Because the person who handled that political structure, i.e., the then governor of Rivers State, Governor Nyesom Wike, at that particular time, now the minister of the FCT. Why should the governor of Rivers State, Fubara, continue to feed that structure that the minister intends to use for his own personal political gain? So Fubara then should be sustaining two structures. So right now, what we have in Rivers State is that Rivers people, as usual, are sustaining both opposition parties to each other. We're paying for it. Rivers people are paying for APC. Rivers people are paying for PDP. All of this has to stop. Rivers people are not here to field the to Rivers people are not here to sustain economically, to sustain the political ambition of every Tom, Dick, and Harry, whether they're Rivers people or they're not Rivers people. As a matter of fact, if you want to be a politician, you should not use the money of Rivers people to become a politician. You should use your own personal money to become a politician. So when it comes to what Rivers people have lost, it's immense. When it comes to how can we catch up, I don't, because you see, it's a two-edged question. Because we really, number one, who is actually sure? Who is actually sure that the governor of Rivers State is going to be recalled on the 18th of September? That's number one. Number two, who is really sure that this is the amount of money that IBAS has handled of Rivers people's money and has spent? of Rivers people's mind? These are the questions that Rivers people want answered. And Rivers people have a right to to those answers before we can even begin to see, can we catch up? Can we catch up? And so if we can't catch up, then this is wicked and it's evil and it was premeditated to do to Rivers people. I keep saying that Rivers people have done nothing to the president to deserve what we got.